There's very little I like more than filling up the pack, lacing up the boots, and going for an all-day hike. And there's no place I like to hike better than the Black Hills of South Dakota. Here are my top 6 all-day hikes in the Black Hills, starting with the Flume Trail here. The Flume Trail stretches 16.5 miles from Sheridan Lake here to Rockerville, South Dakota. It's been designated as a national recreation trail because of the history you'll find along the way, but the scenery is spectacular and it holds extensive variety. From awesome overlooks to pine canopies and multiple water crossings, your hike is certain to be unforgettable. Our second all-day hike is the Grizzly Bear number 7 to Black Elk Peak. It's 15 miles round trip, 8 hours out and back. This hike takes you through spectacular draws guarded by very old pine trees where you're treated to wildflower splashes, lush fern patches, cattail-laden swampland, and craggy granite sentinels. This hike is challenging. It climbs 2,800 feet through some of the most remote areas of the Black Elk Wilderness. Number 3, Black Elk or Harney number 9 North. Around 10 miles round trip, 5 hours. We love this route to Black Elk Peak, or as some call it, Harney Peak. It takes you through several biomes with all sorts of landscapes ranging from dry and rocky to lush and wooded. As you approach the fire tower, you get a fantastic view of the stone monolith where the stonemasons of old perched the historic fire tower. Black Elk Harney Peak is the highest summit in the United States east of the Rocky Mountains and is the highest peak west of the Pyrenees Mountains in Europe. Number 4, Paha Sapa Trail number 1. Now this is decommissioned and it's really hard to find your way along it, but it is worth it. Breathtaking vistas, amazing meadows, peaceful solitude. If you're looking for peace and quiet in a beautiful setting, this is the trail for you. It's truly one of the most gorgeous trails in the Black Hills. It was retired by the U.S. Forest Service and is no longer maintained, so finding the trail, as I said, can be interesting. Mountain bikers do help you along with cairns and other markers though. No other trail in the hills offers such spectacular views of the Needles, Black Elk Harney Peak, and the cathedral spires. Centennial Trail number 89 to Blackberry Trail, which is Iron Creek Horse Camp to Mount Rushmore. It's 11 miles round trip, 6 hours. This trail begins at Iron Creek Horse Camp and takes you through several biomes ranging from swampy to forest to wildflower meadow to rocky. It treats you to several spectacular vistas, teasing you with glimpses of Mount Rushmore before popping you out in a parking lot right across from the monument. And finally, the Sundance Trails in the Wyoming Beartooth Mountains. These are part of the Black Hills. Our 16-mile hike took us 7.5 hours. This trail starts in pine forest, peeking out at vast expanses of prairie bordered by pine-covered mountains and the red racetrack that circles the Black Hills. You then journey through a lush canyon covered in thick grasses and eventually hike through a beautiful aspen grove before summiting at a heart-stopping overlook where you feel like you can see to Canada. If you're looking for peace, this is a great trail for you. We'd love to hear from you about your favorite all-day hikes. You can chime in the comments.